What were Cam'ron and Chrissy Lampkin hiding that might have destroyed everything we thought we knew about them? And more significantly, what would happen if Jim Jones, the master of keeping it real, found out about their you won't believe what transpired behind closed doors on this secret night out? But trust me when I say that the reality is far more juicy than any of us could have ever dreamed. Oh, it's more than just a night out. It's an expose of a scandal so hot that not even the paparazzi could handle it. The only thing hotter than their secrets is the fallout that is about to occur. This isn't just a date night. This is the secret that will blow up. Get ready because things are going to get explosive. I was able to get a good picture of it. Get really messy. Stick with us as we explore the scandal that nobody anticipated, which began when Jim Jones became enraged after Camron and Chrissy Ellen's covert night out was made public. Been making waves in the industry for years with his renowned Killer Cam character and his humorous, controversial demeanor. If anyone can keep ahead of the drama, it's him and Camron and Chrissy, two well-known hip-hop artists. Ellen has been able to conceal something very significant, but ultimately secrets get revealed. And when they do, they often lead to a storm. You know what the storm is, Chrissy Lampkin, the ferocious, and you would think that after all of her public drama with Jim Jones, the unrepentant reality TV star most known for her participation on Love and Hip Hop would have learned a few things about avoiding the spotlight. But instead we have a night out, just the two of them, completely disconnected from society. A night that no one saw coming and that would soon come back to haunt them both. How did it all start? Rumors have been rattling around for weeks. Trouble is developing when two well-known celebrities, Camron and Chrissy Lemon, start to go missing from the hip-hop scene. But if we go back and think about it, Jim Jones found out that Camron and Chrissy were spending time together without him. His reaction was so obvious that you could almost sense the rage in his voice. According to others who know them, they've been spending more time together, while Camron and Chrissy Lampkin's relationship has been difficult for his people since the beginning. They have both experienced a lot with Jim Jones' love, hip-hop fame, and the never-ending media circus. However, now that what could they be doing behind closed doors that they couldn't share with the world? And more significantly, why was Jim the last to find out? That's where things start to get a little murky. Camron and Jim Jones, who were formerly best friends, business partners, and co-founders of the well-known Dipset crew, ruled the hip-hop scene together like a well-oiled machine. Although the situation is unclear, the rumors are loud. The Harlem Link has always been like a secret rendezvous between Camron and Chrissy. But as time passed, the fractures began to show. Could this be part of a broader, more intimate betrayal? However, don't just take our word for it because insiders have already started to divulge unique information. According to some of these individuals, Chrissy and Camron have been meeting for weeks on end. When you add Chrissy Lampkin, who has a convoluted background with Jim Jones, you're in for a disaster. Rumor has it that on one of the occasions, when Jim thought she was with him, she was actually out living a different life that went beyond dinner dates. Chrissy and Camron were living like two unattached individuals who were completely unaccountable to Jim during those covert nights out. According to one source, when Chrissy believed no one was watching, it wasn't just about reminiscing about the good old days. Jim Jones was originally in denial and never imagined that Chrissy would betray him in this manner, especially with Camron. He was becoming far too comfortable with Camron. Jim was ignorant of how far things had progressed as we dug deeper into the matter. But as the evidence grew, it became harder to ignore. And when the rumors finally reached him, it was only a matter of time until everyone knew. This intricate tangle, it becomes clear that much more is happening behind the scenes than anyone had thought. And the image being presented isn't just one of a crafty scam artist. For example, It's common secret that Jim and Chrissy Jones, they were best friends, co-conspirators and partners in crime for years before Camron's relationship soured, and they became distant strangers, each pursuing their own career paths in the music business. Oh no, it's far more complicated than that. Complex than that, but if we dig deeper into this issue, we see something much darker. The reality appears to be about deceit, treachery, and a failing relationship. But despite their conflict, Jim and according to multiple sources, Camron and Chrissy have always had a strange link, and a past that neither of them could fully forget. Now that Chrissy is involved, things are only going to become worse. That led to these covered encounters weren't just casual get-togethers or innocent catching up. Rather, they were purposeful and clandestine gatherings that happened at some of the city's most upscale venues where nobody would know them. And it wasn't just them reminiscing about the good old days of the Dipset era. According to sources, Camron and Chrissy were spotted in a private Hamptons villa for at least one of these meetings. Everyone is asking themselves, what's really going on between Chrissy and Camron? As they are enjoying each other's company a bit too much for comfort. The murmurs are getting louder and the details are getting more detailed. Bringing up a memory from the past, or is this all just a casual encounter? According to sources, Chrissy and Camron's exchanges were much more personal than anyone could have anticipated, and Chrissy is accustomed to this type of public engagement. Chrissy has a history of expressing her feelings, but some people felt that this was different. After all, she is the same lady who memorably defeated Camilla on Love and Hip Hop after years of tears and anguish. According to insiders, she appeared to be far too at ease, and even affectionate with Camron at times. She was also spotted jokingly smiling and holding his hand in ways that went beyond simple friendliness. Additionally, according to our inside sources, Jim Jones was not as naïve as he seemed. In fact, some say he had a sense something wasn't right for a while. The tension between Chrissy and Camron had been noticeable, and the issue was that he never anticipated things to get to this point in the months before the covert night out. Finally, let's not overlook the big issue, Jim Jones. How did he respond when he realized that he was actually according to people close to Jim and Chrissy? Jim addressed her right away after learning the truth. Was he as caught off guard as everyone is portraying him to be? Or did he simply decide to disregard the situation? Leave after discovering the truth. There is even speculation that Jim was forewarned months before about Chrissy and Camron's increasing familiarity. According to reports and unnamed information that Camron and Chrissy were not simply hanging out, but were getting too close for comfort, according to a tip that may have come from someone in the Dipset circle. Jim allegedly confronted Chrissy with all the information he was aware of regarding the covert meetings. Chrissy seemed to lose her temper for the first time in their long relationship, becoming defensive and trying to downplay everything that had transpired. According to reports, Chrissy denied having a romantic relationship with Camron, saying it was simply a harmless catch-up, but Jim and everyone else around her didn't believe it. This is where things become even more shady. The repercussions is just getting started, and there are whispers that Jim and Chrissy's prolonged concealment and skulking around these meetings has only caused Jim to question all he thought he knew about the woman he's been with for years. Is now in jeopardy. Some even assert that Jim is considering quitting their relationship as a result, despite the fact that no official declarations have been made. The tension between them is evident, and it won't be long before the public finds out the truth about what's actually going on behind closed doors. But the drama doesn't end there. Camron, who was close to Jim and had previously stood up for him, is now in the since this individual is no stranger to controversy and has been involved in feuds with musicians throughout the years. Crossfire people are curious about what he will do next. However, this is personal, It's one thing to have a quarrel with someone else. Artist, but it's another matter entirely to involve your best friend's partner. If there's one thing we know, it's that the Dipset brand is based on loyalty. And loyalty is currently a major concern as more information becomes out. One thing is certain. This crisis is far from finished. Although Cam'ron first seems unfazed by the drama, he will undoubtedly react as the public backlash increases and supporters criticize his behavior. As the tempest rages in the wake of the bombshell disclosures surrounding Cam'ron, the issue is whether he will ever make amends with Jim or come clean and admit to anything more than innocent visits with Chrissy. The situation between Chrissy Lampkin and Jim Jones is developing in ways that no one could have anticipated, and the implications from this controversy will have significant repercussions for everyone involved, not just those involved. For further information, including potential legal repercussions, the public's response, and what might imply for Cam'ron Chrissy and Jim Jones' future franchise and the music industry, the Dipset crew in love and hip-hop will keep you updated. Overall, it's like watching a slow-motion train wreck, and the locomotive hasn't even reached its destination yet. Let's start by discussing Jim Jones, who has experienced a great deal of mental upheaval. And according to those close to the public's reaction to the news regarding Chrissy and Cam'ron has been intense, with fans, the media, and even crew members questioning what went wrong and why Jim didn't detect sooner. Many are now asking, how could Jim have been so unaware of Chrissy and Cam'ron's growing relationship? Was he too preoccupied with his own work, or did he choose to ignore the warning signs and keep his relationship with his longtime partner intact? However, the truth is that Jim has remained largely silent in the face of the public outcry, which has sparked even more conjecture. Some believe he is handling it in the worst possible way by being quiet while. In any case, Jim's reputation is in jeopardy. This isn't just a minor celebrity dispute, it's a full-fledged conflict. Some believe he's holding his cards close to the vest, waiting for the ideal moment to retaliate. Will Jim eventually come clean and face the problem as a result of this controversy, which might have a long-lasting effect on his personal and professional life? Or will he continue to live in the shadow of this? Meanwhile, Chrissy Ellen is managing the matter in her own manner. She has a strong temper, particularly when it comes to protecting her relationship with Jim. How is she managing this problem, in the interim, in the eyes of others? The public doesn't appear to agree with her attempts to explain her conduct, but she is heartbroken by the reaction from those close to her. They want to know how far that reunion really went, and whether Chrissy and Cam'ron's people in their group have said that their chemistry was apparent. And some have even gone so far as to imply that it went beyond the innocent catch-up story she's been peddling. Could it be that Chrissy didn't have a romantic relationship, found herself divided between two worlds after being pulled to Cam'ron in a way she never could have predicted? Now that the truth has surfaced, Cam'ron finds himself in a challenging circumstance. He has always been recognized for his public appearance as a smooth operator who enjoys drama and doesn't back down from controversy. But this time around, even though his enmity with Jim may have been developing for years, this incident raises the stakes to a whole new level in the public's mind. Cam'ron is now viewed in two ways. On the one hand, as the affable, charismatic rapper who has been releasing hits for years, and on the other, as the person who contributed to the breakup of one of the most well-known friendships. The current debate in hip-hop, and perhaps a relationship that many people think is solid, is whether Cam'ron will keep his composure and deny any wrongdoing, or will he reveal the true nature of his relationship with, as we piece together the specifics. Chrissy claims that Cam'ron feels no need to apologize because he is Cam'ron, the man who has followers, position, and influence, and doesn't have to answer to anyone. Chrissy Camron and Jim Jones are clearly in the heart of a storm that doesn't seem to be abating in this developing tale. But it's still unclear what the long-term effects of this scandal will be. Camron may be able to dismiss the public outrage as irreparable, but there is always a cost when you become involved in a drama of this kind. We have more questions than answers, but one thing is certain. The dynamics of the Dipset legacy, and perhaps even the love and hip-hop franchise itself, might be drastically changed by this controversy. Will Jim be able to overcome the turmoil or fall victim to the scandal that now looms over him? Over him, the truth is visible to all. The secrets and lies have been revealed. The Camron and Chrissy affair is about more than simply a secret night out. It's about treachery. Of trust, a relationship's breakdown, and the end of an era. It's about shattered loyalties, broken hearts, and the unavoidable consequences of one night that will alter everything. Now that we've witnessed the unpleasant reality, how will Camron and Jim ever get back together? Or has their friendship reached a point where it can never be? Or will Chrissy and Jim repair their damaged relationship, or part ways forever? You have everything: people, the surprising betrayals, the explosive secrets, the heart-stopping drama that no one saw coming. And we'll all be watching it carefully as the pieces continue to fit together. We want to hear what you have to say. Consider the entire issue involving Camron and Chrissy Lampkin. Did Jim Jones overlook the warning signs, or was he caught completely off guard? More importantly, what will happen next? Is there still hope for these relationships, or has everything been irreparably damaged? Please leave your opinions in the space provided below. We'll read them all. Do you believe Camron will come forth or deal with the fallout from this scandal? You wish to remain informed about all that there are intriguing, surprising celebrity dramas available. Remember to use the like button there. Click and sign up for the channel. We have more thrilling tales in store for you, so that you don't want to overlook click the bell icon to get informed first. Prepare for the next video release. Additional astounding exposés due to the truth exists, and our purpose is to present it to you, regardless of how bizarre it seems. Receives likes, comments, and subscriptions.